Start with a look at global tourism. Chinese tourists are flocking to Australia in record numbers. In fact, the number of Chinese visitors to Australia recently surpassed those from Britain for the very first time. But can the local tourism industry keep up with demand? Hannah Belcher gives us details.
Another plane load of Chinese tourists arrive at Sydney International Airport. It's a common sight on any day of the week as Chinese airlines schedule more flights due to the insatiable demand for a holiday down under. This Tourism Australia advertisement sums up why.
We have what I think is very difficult for the Chinese to replicate, beautiful blue skies, clean air, clean water, wonderful nature, and a completely different experience to perhaps they could get elsewhere.
According to Tourism Australia, there are more Chinese visitors travelling here than British, Australia's traditional market. China is now the second biggest source of tourism revenue after neighbouring New Zealand. And the Chinese tourist gets a warm welcome. They're currently contributing nearly $4 billion to the economy each year. According to projections, the Chinese tourism market will be worth $9 billion by 2020. Australia's increasing popularity as a holiday destination for Chinese tourists is important because it's happening at a time where Australia's resource boom is slowing down and the government is looking to stimulate other parts of the economy. Sydney's iconic Tower Eye is one of many local attractions that's now catering for the Chinese tourist.
We do a number of things here at the Tower, from the basic translated signage to providing a guide for them when they get here, translated in Chinese. We have our website that's also been translated. We employ Chinese tour guides as well, again, to try and encourage Chinese people to come to the Tower.
Stephen Wang runs Sydney-based tour operator New Asia Pacific Travel. Since 2002, he's been taking wealthy Chinese to the spiritual centre of Australia, Uluru or Ayers Rock.
Because at that time there was no any Chinese, facilities, there, no tour guides, no coach.
While facilities for Chinese tourists have improved, Stephen Wang says more needs to be done across the board.
Most of the hotels, they only have a very small amount of rooms allocated, for the inbound travelers. Yeah, so which means, quite a lot of tourist groups have to stay away, from the city.
With China's outbound travel predicted to double over this decade, Australia's tourism operators are faced with a choice: lift their standards or risk losing the edge they have in China's booming travel market. Hannah Belcher, CCTV News, Sydney, Australia.